G'day, and welcome back to that new Hobby High, episode 70. Fucking oath, we're putting in some bloody good hours into this. So it is absolutely Sparrow's Fart AM at the moment. I've just fucking made a mess of me bloody self here. It's like 1 AM. Fucking Jesus. On a work day. And I've finally gotten a little bit of quiet. I can't sleep, so I fucking decided to get up here and do this. I've had to move everything down here into the kitchen because Bubs has decided to change her sleeping patterns and now would wake up at a sound nothing greater than a mosquito farting at 40 feet away. So I've moved everything down here so I can actually get some paint on and get some work done on these fellas. Now, the week has been very fucking productive. I have been away. Work's dragged me out to Mika Tharager and a absolutely miserable heat wave here in Australia. 40-something degrees every bloody day. Oh, it's brutal. And next week I'm going up to an even hotter place for a day or two. Oh, my God, I'm not looking forward to that. So hot, apparently, that the budgerigars, when they fly out of the trees, they get about 3 metres and then the heat kills them. They drop dead and they fall out of the sky. So, yeah, when the parrots are falling out of the sky from heat stroke, you know she's a brutal summer. Anyway, this week has been fucking phenomenal, eh? Well, all weeks are. I am, if nothing else, a optimist. But I got a 5,000 point game in just yesterday against a exceptional Ravenguard player. I've played him several times before, and it was a really nice game. Obviously, I didn't win, but I didn't win by less, if that fucking makes sense. I didn't win by less. My winning scores are getting, it's not lose by fucking 20 points, lose by 50 points. It's lose by 7 or 3. So I see that as a fucking improvement. Yeah, it was a great game. I really enjoyed it. Learn a few things, like if you surround a rhino and hit it with crack grenades and destroy it, but you can't. But the bloke inside it can't get the blokes out because you put your models around it. Then that unit inside the rhino is considered destroyed. Now that is a lovely little trick. Makes sense too. The logic apparently is that they get behind, they get in there, and just as the tank is getting destroyed, they just blow the living fuck out of whoever's inside it through the bullet holes they've made in the tank. Love it. Love the rule. Very interesting. I also got to use my bloody my plasmas to great effect and friggin' wipe out a unit of bloody saber tanks and jet bikes in one round of shooting, just due to very fortuitous scatters, mate. Very fucking fortuitous, if I'm honest. And then painting wise, I've got these Thunderhammer and Melter Terminators done, all bar the Screaming. Stickers are on, highlighted, edged. I've just got to get the air gun and do the plasmas. And then varnish and a base, and they're ready to see the table. So they're the first five. First 5 of 20, I think. So I'm going to have a unit of 2 units of 10 plasma hammers and 2 units of melter chain fists, and then I might use the power the claws on another one. So yeah, that's where I'm going with those. So I can actually do what's called Pride of the Legion list, which is with these veterans, that's going to be pretty fucking mint, I think. Anyway, yeah, between that, painting that, being away and being very quiet, I did go into a shop recently, a Goodwill, or whatever the fuck it's called, Salvos, right? And, I was in there hunting for a few books. And, there might be something. I mean, I got a really good Brett Weeks series for like $15, all 3 of his Assassin series, fucking great set of novels, $15. So you never know what you're going to get. You know, you freaking, I was going there specifically looking for anything by Ben Elton or, what's that fella who writes a bunch of shit about Africa? Wilbur Smith. But I found a few, but what I did get is this fucking piece of gold. Now have a look at this. I got 3 books. I got, these are role-playing books I found. And they were $10 each. So I got Dark Heresy, Book of Judgment, and Dark Heresy Ascension. The $30 for the lot. But, yeah, fucking that's it. So these are role-playing books, apparently. Now, I've been a dungeon master for fucking years. I've played 3.5, fucking... I got all the 3.5 books. Not many people can say that they can duplicate that feat. It took me way too long and way too much money to fucking do that. Actually, I had to get them fucking insured. They're that freaking good quality, eh? But anyway, nonetheless, a freaking core rulebook of how to play D&D, a role-playing game inside the Warhammer universe. And I've had a look at it, just a brief look, and it looks fucking magnificent. The art is spectacular. It looks to be out of a D100 system, so like you're rolling 2 D10s. Adept, Arbitrator, Assassin, Cleric, Guardsman, Psyker, Scum, or Tech Priest. So they look like your classes. Yeah, it looks fairly straightforward. Starting gear, equipment, starting experience, build, age, quirks, history, character creation looks pretty schmick. There's character sheets here. I'm assuming they're in the back. But yeah, so I'm going to have a read through this, and I'm going to write up a small, one-off D&D, Dark Heresy campaign set in the Horus Heresy. Now, my idea is to actually have maybe something human-based, because it doesn't seem to be like any Space Marines or anything in this from a quick look. But I was thinking something along the lines of maybe writing up a story of the remembrances escaping that big kill-off that Horus did on his boat and trying to get out and freaking run away through the freaking corridors where all the Space Marines are, not after them, but freaking will kill them on sight. They got to get there, get into a shuttle and fuck off. Maybe land on Istvan and freaking have all sorts of dramas, or maybe jump land on the Einstein, or I don't know. But that sounds very interesting. Or maybe have a unit of assassins or tech priests land on a planet pre-imperial fleet to freaking try and get the gauge of the political processes and where the weak spots were, so market targets so Space Marines can come and jump on the government or whatever. Or just there's a lot of little stories you could do. Or just a guardsman freaking fighting another freaking non-compliant world. This opens up a lot of possibilities. This could be a hell of a lot of fun. Artwork is stunning in this, by the way. It looks like you have to use your XP to buy freaking skills. But I freaking reckon this looks all right. I've only had a brief look through it, but I am fucking excited. I am really, really, really excited about this. It does look like there's a thing called the Aptus Arbites, or the Aptus Arbites, but I'm going to call it Aptus Arbites. And they look like, I'm not fucking joking, Judge Dredd. Like, I am the law. Fuck yeah, freaking explosive high X. Freaking Judge Dredd. And that if you had the Adeptus Arboides, like you running a set of judges, right? Now wrap your head around this. Imagine there was a chaos influence within your judges, and perhaps maybe some people fucking understand this because I'm really fucking pulling teeth from a freaking long comic I haven't read in freaking ages, and don't think many people have read. But maybe one of them gets. There were 4 dark judges in this comic book in 2000 AD: Judge Death, Fear, Fire, and Mortis. Now, why can't they be the 4 Chaos Gods? A judge is freaking possessed by the Chaos Gods, and there's a fucking Judge Dredd type character, maybe a Judge Anderson type character, gonna go hunt them down and fuck them up. Oh, it sounds fucking mint. Sounds fucking good. I could do so many stories with this. My only real fear is that I don't know enough about the background stories. Like, I do know, like, this stuff, this Inquisition, that wasn't around in the fucking 30k world. I do know that Psychers weren't around in the 30k. So I'll have to be a bit careful when I try to write it up, and when I do play it with people who are a little fucking forgiving with the story in case I fucking get something canonically fucked up. But this looks fun. I'm really oh. Okay. It appears that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 filled out characters. 9 filled out characters. Background and history, see sheet. We have Ishmael, who's a scum outcast. Xanthic, who is an assassin. Glenbria, who is an arbitrator enforcer. Bonuses, barman. This is somebody's campaign notes. Something called Gene Stealer? Gene Stealer? What the fuck is that? Bouncers, barman, infected, strippers, hybrid infiltrator. 3 infected children. Kofki DeMarco, Inquisitor Adept. And Lytan DeMarco, Inquisitor Psychic. All right, well, in the back of this book, someone's left me some pre-generated characters. And that'll be worth having a look at. So yeah, skills, fuck, this just looks mint. I'm excited. I'm genuinely fucking excited about this. So yeah, I'm going to take this away and have a read of these 3 books, and I'll fucking write up a story and see if I can get some mugs to play a 30k Horus Heresy game and see if, and be forgiving if I fuck up the story. But in the meantime, I'm painting these. I've fucking made good progress. I haven't gotten them all painted in a week. Just life got in the way. But I'm making good progress on these bloody veterans with Nemesis and these bloody Terminators, Cataphractic Terminators with Thunderhammers. They're almost all done. So all in all, and a 5,000 point game, which took 6 hours to fucking play. Just because we were fucking bantering and taking our time, and I fucking can't remember the rules. I forgot how to use them. I had Logos, the Ultramarines freaking special Rite of War, and I just fucking didn't use it. I just forgot, like an idiot. It probably cost me the game, but you only learn by losing, and you only freaking the greatest lessons are the ones from freaking loss. So I'll only get better from this point, I guarantee you. Anyway, at the end of this video, I've got freaking the highlights and lowlights of that 3,000 or 5,000 point game. Love the lot of you. Take care of yourselves. Give your missus a kiss, and I'll see you later. Oh, this is episode 70, by the way. Fuck yeah, we're going well, lads. Cheerio. Right, a 5,000 point game versus Ravenguard. Highlights and lowlights. First was the running a Rhino in front of a couple of Daradeos with predictable results, and me completely forgetting to use Logos. See that there with them Mordethian around that Rhino? They could have completely fucked up that Rhino and their entire unit within it. There's a special rule that stops them from doing that, which is very interesting, I learned. Also, those 10 plasmas fucked up those sabres and a whole unit of jet bikes very easily, so those plasmas actually paid for themselves. Snipers in the tower with a Vexulator, and then the fucking, oh god, those bloody Terminators. 15 Terminators deep striking with bloody Dark Furies. Deliverers, oh, look at that happy chappy. I must have killed something. But with the Deliverers and the Dark Furies on the table jumping around and just stomping and pushing my shit in, there was a plane there full of shotgun dudes. I had to take that out in the second turn because, you know, I needed an easy kill. My robots started detonating and killing each other as they do every fucking game, and it was fucking brilliant. Yeah, at the end of it, my last unit of tactical Marines, you can see they're stuck between Deliverers and Dark Furies with fucking exactly how you'd expect it to end. So yeah, I had 3 bloody missile launchers and a dreadnought at the end of the day. But yeah, that ended badly. But at the end of the last turn, 5 Deliverers, 3 Dark Furies. I had a Dread, a Pravian, and I think he had some snipers and a couple of missile launchers. I lost 17-10, and it was a fucking mint game. Nick, you're an absolute champion. Thank you for a brilliant game. 5,000 points. Don't know how it took us 6 hours, but it was fucking well worth it, mate. Cheers.